Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts.
And that's as good a way to start this as any. Really, just the energy that Joel's bringing to this episode, I think. You guys are really feeling the energy that Joel's bringing right now. Through your ears, through your speakers, through your headphones, whatever you're listening to.
Just feel me.
You can feel Joel's. I'm gonna back out here.
I'll back out.
I'm gonna let Joel.
That's always the worst when you. Hey guys, this is Joel, and it's Saturday. We're recording.
There you go.
It's middle-aged and mediocre.
That's the energy he's bringing.
Here it is.
He looks tired. He looks sleepy.
He
just woke up from a nap. Is what he told me.
Look, not everything has to go on air. Sometimes I just tell you things as a friend.
He had a big night last night.
Yeah, we took shots and played cards.
We got a little tipsy, and we played five
crown. Yep.
I dug that game. I'm gonna have to order a deck.
It was
for
fun.
Myself.
We listened to records.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We
very
laughed.
loudly. I cannot believe you haven't had anybody call yet to do a noise.
You think that was loud?
It's so loud.
Oh wow.
Like you might be deaf. Can you hear what I'm saying now?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Look at my lips and like react when you think I'm done talking.
I can a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, it was very loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, I'm cool with it, but I'm shocked you haven't got.
Well, my neighbors haven't said anything
They'll
yet.
be afraid of you.
Probably.
Look, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's packing.
It's probably like all the lumpy sleeping bags I haul out there in the mornings.
Gripping that red Kool-Aid. Speaking of death.
Speaking of death.
We just watched, we didn't watch it together, but you watched it earlier today.
Uh-huh, yep.
And then I just finished watching it. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Uh-huh.
On Netflix.
On the Netflix.
So, this is like basically the sequel.
To the first one. Yeah, it's
like
and that's such like a refreshing view on the horror franchise.
Unique.
To be like, we're just gonna pretend like none of the other movies happened after the first one, and we're gonna sequel that with like this old badass lady. Like, I mean, it's just wow. So how do you come up with this stuff?
I don't know. It was almost like I'd seen it before.
Halloween. That's how Halloween is. The newest Halloween.
What
is it? I mean, it's it's a movie.
Yeah, it was.
There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I have told a few people that my favorite standard for movies is because of you, where as long as they have a beginning, a middle, and an end, I can say yes, they are. Typically, anytime anybody asks me what I thought of a movie, I would say to them, it did have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I mean,
so what else could you ask for?
It went on for 27 hours. I was like, this movie's no good. It never ends.
Yeah. So I thought it was not a good movie.
It was a massacre that happens in Texas with a chainsaw. I mean, that's just...
Yeah. It wasn't good.
It's not groundbreaking. It's not... I mean, they introduce a bunch of characters and then they just immediately kill them.
Yeah.
Just
Well, the whole idea for like why they were there was stupid.
Yeah, a bunch of yuppies from Austin coming in to like
gentrify the.
They were like
little town.
Bidding on the buildings and stuff or something because you can't do that online.
Right.
Let's take a party bus out to the middle of Texas. Yeah. That party bus was pretty cool though.
And why would so the people that showed up to like the chefs, I guess they have a show. I'm assuming. From the way it sounded like they had like a popular YouTube show or something. It's kind of the gist I got. Cooking show of some sort. And so why would they show up like... Yeah, I just don't understand why anybody would show up on a bus to like look at a bunch of buildings and bid on them when, like you said...
Because you gotta have people to kill.
There was a lot of people.
It'd be boring if it was just Leatherface just walking around an empty town.
Would it though?
His mom on the porch, Leatherface, you get back in here!
That sounds pretty good to me. I like seeing Leatherface just kind of chill.
Your beans are ready. You know Leatherface eats a lot of beans.
He looks like a man who likes his beans.
And by ready, I took the top off the can. They're not cooked.
No, he doesn't.
Get in here and eat these beans,
well,
boy.
He's not fancy.
No.
No, he's a normal dude. He doesn't eat all that extra heat in his food. Yeah, it was fun. It was, like you said, it was like they just did the exact plot of Halloween Kills.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I enjoyed this more than that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I thought the killings were really cool. The bus scene where like the girls run on the bus and they're all just stuck there on the bus and Leatherface is just...
Which the dumbest part of that scene is the guy, do anything, whatever, you're canceled, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's a giant human being wearing a skin of another human being on his face with a chainsaw, and you're going to make the cancel joke?
Like, I understand, like, the old lady had him upstairs in the room, and he just...
totally cool.
Yeah, he just gets up and walks right by her and to go back after the girls. Cause she's like, say my name! You don't remember me, do you, boy? And just, like, he just gets, and then, like...
Well, it's because he heard him screaming.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, still, she just lets him walk.
Fucked up. I mean,
that whole part was.
I thought you meant
fucked
like in the
up.
beginning where he's with his mom and he's just chilling in the house.
Yeah.
Like he was good to go.
Yeah, he was riding in the back of the ambulance with her, and then she died, and that kind of. He got his chainsaw out from inside the wall. These are all spoilers.
Yeah,
I hope that you.
I mean, seriously.
But are they? Yeah, like I showed Mike the bus scene. I was like, I'm just going to show you the scene because, I mean, I guess they're spoilers. Like on the bus, it has the girl flashback to when she was in the school shooting. And that's like a little character development for her. But it's like, it doesn't really matter. No. It's like, does Leatherface kill this person or not?
So I will, we won't spoil it, but I will say the ending to this, like the the ending, was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was a nice touch, but it was a movie.
Beginning, middle, and end.
I thought there was going to be a series though.
See, I read series, and then you said movie last night, and then it was a movie.
It was a movie.
It was.
It turned out, you just went into it like, we'll see.
What's going to happen?
You don't want to watch one long thing? Or...
Well, I figured out. I started on Oculus last night after you left.
Oh, okay.
I took you on an Oculus field trip last night.
You did. I don't think I could ever use one of those because I was getting a little bit of a headache watching just the screen, looking at all the jumpiness. And
yeah, when you're in there, I think it's less jumpy.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let you touch it.
No, you wouldn't. I tried.
I was that friend that was like, just show you all the cool stuff I have. And you're like, oh, I bet that'd be, you were like, oh, I bet that'd be fun to try. I was like, yeah, I guess I bet it would be, wouldn't it?
Probably would be, but I don't need to.
Yeah, keep watching.
Yeah, that's what you did. Well, I didn't think you were going to let me out. You were very adamant about I have to watch you with the Oculus on your head.
Pulled the recliner in front of the door.
Yeah. Luckily, me and Lou are boys. He let me just move it. And
that's the old man that lives with me.
Yeah, that old man's got some claws.
Yes, he does. But he loves to lick my face.
So what else can we spoil?
Elimination Chamber. People have watched that.
Elimination Chamber happened today.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of early wrestling events.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Started at noon.
I had something to watch for a couple hours.
And I figured out the Saudi Arabia crowd is like the 180-degree opposite of the Chicago crowd. Like, they just appreciate everything, and they're into everything.
Just thank you guys for...
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here and doing this for us.
They really... They love all that shit.
Or all of the crowd noise was piped in.
Oh.
I don't know which one.
Man, see, I guess I'm too trusting. I don't even think about that. We talked about this before, but like in Saudi Arabia, all the women wrestlers have to be covered. Well, their head can be exposed and their hands, but I mean, all their body.
Rousey figured out she can expose her feet.
Yeah. Oh.
So.
I'm still hard.
Wow.
No, I was just kidding. I fell asleep during that part. But I guess they said that. Lita and Becky Lynch made a billboard in Saudi Arabia, and that was a big deal. I mean, so WWE clearly goes there for a cash grab, but at least they are like helping advance some women's rights.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hope it's doing something.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it actually is or not.
But damn, like some of those suits are like way hotter than the stuff they regularly wear.
Yeah, they're like you know, I don't know how it works. Religion's so dumb to me. But like, you can't look at a woman's body or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can put a skin-tight leather outfit on her.
Skin-tight leather outfit.
Which clearly just shows off everything.
Everything.
Like, you get way more of a mental image.
Liv Morgan in all red, was just...
Their normal gear is way less exposing than what these were. So,
and the guys are still out there, like, in their Speedos.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre's still out there. Like,
Goldberg. He just looks like a lost grandpa.
But yeah, I really enjoy early shows. It was nice to just be able to watch it. It's over.
Yep.
I don't have to be up.
You can get dinner afterwards at 3. Get the early bird special.
That's right.
You're in bed by 7.
You were describing my day. This is exactly how I have it mapped out.
You'll stop by the Moose Club, see the boys for a minute, and then straight to bed, mister.
See Earl and Frank.
Yep.
See how they're doing.
What's up, fellas?
And then I'm headed home. Call it a night. Busy weekend. But I do have a story for us.
All right.
I think
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. We're gonna try to keep.
I brought a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's
literally the least I could do. It's literally the least I could do.
And you did it.
I did it.
And that's what's important. I think.
Let's just take a second to appreciate me. Okay, I'm a good boy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
take that, Beasley.
So this story, like we said, we both watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, you know, the first movie, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
One of the first horror movies I think I watched. First Texas Chainsaw.
Like, family of cannibals.
Yeah.
You know, they're fucked up. Like,
hippie kids.
Yeah, so this lady...
Which, thank God she got that picture in the inside of the van. I don't remember that part of the movie where they all stopped and took a picture in the van. Yeah. Oh, did they really do that in the movie?
Natural.
Okay, cool.
Well, because remember the crazy fucking dude that comes in and he ends up burning his arm?
I don't. Now I feel like an asshole, okay? Because now I guess it really did happen.
It did.
Okay.
So, your smart-ass comments?
Fuck, I was doing so good.
But the story we got today, the lady involved in that story could...
Lady in Red.
Could definitely exist as a part of the family, Leatherface's family.
All right.
So, we're going to get the break out of the way early, and then when we come back, we'll have the story of the Cannibal housewife.
Yeah, that's a good ad break.
That was a good ad break. Thank you.
It's like it was a break for advertisement.
That's what that means.
I know. I don't want to keep throwing all these podcast lingo and terms at people and confuse
like
them.
Baseball talk here. So, you know,
yeah.
We don't talk about baseball on this podcast.
No.
Well,
we talk about wrestling, okay?
Well, we are going to.
Baseball is actually they might be going to a strike.
Let's hope they do again.
Last time they did it was like 27 years ago or something.
Hasn't been that long. It seems
25.
Like season.
Nah, I went the year that they stopped when there was no World Series. We went to a Reds game that year.
Oh.
And it took a while for baseball to recover from that. So a little inside baseball is, but now I don't think anyone gives a fuck.
No.
These guys are getting paid fucking $100 million and they just want more money and the others don't want to pay money. And, well, that's our episode.
They don't want to make the game interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
No. Well, I mean,
like maybe if like the baselines were like balance beams over waters filled with like sharks or something.
Still wouldn't watch it.
No?
No. That basically just sounds like what Ninja Warrior without shark with
sharks,
with sharks though.
All right.
I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't. Like they try to make they do their best to fuck up the game. Like I don't even like baseball, but you know, a guy hits a home run and like flips the bat, and he's apparently the biggest scum of the earth. Or like he looks at the pitcher and he's like,
that goes against an unwritten rule.
All of those unwritten rules, just fuck those things. Those make baseball so dumb. Like let me see the guys get pissed at each other.
Yeah, make them fight.
They don't have, hockey fight it. They don't have to fight. Like let's just get some. Like everybody in baseball always looks so fucking bored.
Yeah.
Every time I watch,
you have to be. You can't show any flair.
Yeah. So, speaking of flair,
so baseball.
That works. So
this is a baseball episode.
This is not a baseball episode. This episode is we're going back to one of our. We don't really plan this. We just happen to keep going back here because it's apparently one of the most fucked up places on earth.
Germany?
Australia.
Oh, Australia.
Going back to Australia, it's
My apologies to Germany.
You weren't wrong though. We go there a lot. We go to Australia a lot on this podcast. We're going back this time in Aberdeen, which is in New South Wales.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. You knew that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And we're going to be talking about Katherine Mary Knight, who was born on October 24th. I did not type the year out, so that is on me. She's, I don't know, 1960.
Okay.
Let's just go sometime like around there.
I like your commitment to detail.
I am very committed.
I mean, I can't even say anything really.
I just forgot to type the numbers. Apparently. Yeah. She was the
youngest. If only you were sitting in front of a computer, you could Google it real fast or something.
I don't think it's that important.
All right, it's not.
She was the youngest of a set of twins. Her father was an alcoholic who openly used violence and intimidation to rape her mother up to 10 times a day. Her mother, whose name was Barbara, in turn would often tell her daughters intimate details about her sex life and how much she hated sex and men. It was said that later in life, when Katherine complained to her mother that one of her partners wanted her to take part in a sex act that she didn't want to do, her mother told her to put up with it and stop complaining. So good childhood.
Yeah. Solid foundation.
Yeah, solid parenting. She would claim that she was frequently...
I remember that episode of Leave It to Beaver when they tackled a lot of that.
When he had that, yeah. When he told...
June.
What'd you say?
Beaver's mom's name was June.
June.
Yeah.
Yes. But, yeah, when he told her, hey, Sally down the street wants me to do this weird thing called the Alaska Pipeline, and I don't want to. And I remember June Cleaver was like, just shut up and do it.
Yeah.
You little pussy. I remember that episode. You're right. So, Katherine claimed that she was frequently sexually abused by several members of her family until she was about the age of 11.
Oh, god damn.
So, even with such a shitty upbringing and all of the abuse, she was, by all accounts, a pretty pleasant girl. Things changed when she attended high school, however, where she became a loner, and a lot of classmates remember her as being a bully who would pick on smaller children. She assaulted at least one boy at school with a weapon, and was once injured by a teacher who was found to have acted in self-defense. Apparently, this behavior only happened when Katherine had random fits of rage where she couldn't control herself, so she may have had intermittent explosive disorder, is my guess. Probably had a lot of PTSD.
Yeah. I can see that.
You know, a lot of things going on with her.
Plus, high school sucks.
Yeah, plus high school is a terrible, awful place to be.
Yeah.
When she wasn't, going in these fits of rage, she was pretty much a model student, had great grades, and had good behavior. But she ended up leaving school at only 15 years old. She started what she referred to as a dream job, which was cutting up the animal organs and entrails at a local butcher shop.
I was going to think like Dairy Queen or like the ice cream shop or something. The video store. Video store would have been a dream job of mine back in the day.
I had that job. It was a great job.
Okay, yeah.
But no, hers was cutting up animal entrails and organs.
All right.
At a butcher shop.
Okay.
So
dream it, dreamer.
It
could happen.
She's doing what she's dreaming about.
It's not work if you enjoy what you're doing.
That's true. So So at home, she would hang...
If you got the guts to do it.
You animal. So at home, she would hang the knives over her bed so that they would always be handy if she needed them. That was a quote from her.
Keep that thing on me.
Her first husband was a man named David Kellett, who she first met after a night of drinking. Always the best way to start a relationship.
See, that's why I wanted to go out drinking last night.
You should have went, yeah.
Well, I know, but I needed my backup.
Well,
I was going to walk to the bar last night, and Cash he didn't want to go, which is your choice.
Your backup, so you were going to start some shit with people? And...
Well, you never know. Someone might want to start some shit with me. They'd be like, there's that guy from Middle Age and Mediocre. Yeah. I got a bone to pick with him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're a pretty big guy. I don't see any...
How dare you, guy? How dare you? Continue your story.
Fella?
Oh! Each one worse than the last.
Pal?
Oh. Cut me.
Friend? So, and in the relationship between the two, she was completely dominant. They married in 1974 at her request. So, I think...
Her request!
Yes.
It's her idea.
So she's probably born, she got married in 74, let's say she was probably born...
Maybe she was 18 then, so...
56?
Yeah, 64.
64 would make her 10 years old.
Yeah.
When she got married. Yeah, I don't think that's... Maybe. I don't know.
54, I said.
So,
you said 64.
She's the one that was like, hey, you're going to ask to marry me.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess.
He's like, my buzz is starting to wear off. She's like, drink more.
The couple arrived at the service on her motorcycle. And
was he riding, bitch?
No, he was driving, but he was very drunk.
Okay.
Like again, his name was David Kellett, and he would later say that when they arrived for the wedding, Catherine's mother took David aside and said, "You better watch this one, or she'll fucking kill you.
No Alaskan pipelines.
Stir her up the wrong way, or do the wrong thing, and you're fucked.
Love you.
Don't ever think of playing upon her. She'll fucking kill you." Cool.
All right.
Cool, Mom.
Cool.
I guess let's do this. I guess I do.
Why do you think I'm marrying her?
On their wedding night, Catherine made true on her mom's words and tried to strangle him. She later explained...
The wedding night. The first night. We had a good 2 hours there.
And she would later explain she tried to strangle him because he fell asleep after only having intercourse 3 times. You know.
Yeah.
What a bastard.
What a son of a bitch.
Only 3 times.
Only 3 times.
That poor man just wanted to go to sleep so bad.
Let him sleep like 10, 15 minutes.
He probably was fine with being strangled at that point.
Just maybe he'd wake up and be ready to go again. He got to rest.
Maybe he was super into being strangled.
Maybe.
Maybe he was into breath play. So she
it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. So the marriage was particularly violent. And on one occasion, a pregnant Catherine burned all of David's clothing and shoes before hitting him across the back of the head with a frying pan.
Oh, they're cartoon characters. Okay, there's a cartoon. I thought it was okay. I thought it was real. I got to switch it in my head.
I'm sorry.
Like all of a sudden, the bump grew up real high on David's thing, and they press it down, and his nose like stuck out.
That's exactly.
And then they fuck like 17 times. It was a famous Bugs Bunny cartoon.
She did this because he arrived home a little bit late from a darts competition.
Kabong! Bullseye.
David fled for his life, collapsing in a neighbor's house, and was later treated for a badly fractured skull. Police wanted to charge her, but she was able to talk David into dropping the charges. Why is she talking to him?
I know.
And police,
hey, your wife wants to talk to you. Like, no, but
please, God,
we have to. She's really mean. Like,
she's already beat the shit out of
yeah. Can you just tell her to just be nice to us?
Do whatever it takes. We tried shooting her.
Here's a can of spinach. Good luck.
So in May,
because they're cartoon characters from earlier.
So in May of 1976, shortly after the birth of their first child.
So everything's going to be fixed now. They had a kid.
Well, we'll get to that.
Kids solve everything.
David left her for...
We should bring a kid onto the podcast. Add like a third and have it just be like a 4-year-old kid.
Yeah, we could probably just find one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that work?
The wheels are turning in my head. Let's finish this and I'm going to get a 4-year-old.
All right. So yeah, he left her for another woman after their first kid was born. Because
David.
He didn't want to deal with her shit anymore.
Yeah.
The next day,
strangle me once, shame on you. Hit me in the back of the head with the frying pan. I'm gonna leave you.
Who did anything first? The next day, she was seen pushing her new baby in a stroller down the main street, violently throwing it from side to side. She was admitted to St. Elmo's Hospital, where she was diagnosed with
St. Elmo's
with postnatal depression and spent several weeks recovering. After being released, she placed her 2-month-old daughter on a railway line shortly before the train was due, then stole an axe.
Kids are hard to train.
went into a town and threatened to kill several people. Fortunately, a man had found and rescued the baby girl.
That's good.
Katherine was arrested and once again taken to St. Elmo's Hospital. Apparently recovered,
On
however...
Sesame Street?
St. Elmo's? Yes.
Elmo?
St. Elmo.
Yeah, but it's Elmo.
Because he's dead. But he died for something, so now he's a saint.
Oh, okay.
If you guys didn't know that.
Elmo's dead? He got tickled to death?
Yeah.
Damn.
Now he's the saint of Tickles.
Wow.
Saint Tickles. So she puts her kid on train tracks. Grabs an axe, goes into town, threatens to kill several people. Gets arrested, taken to St. Elmo's Hospital, and then she signs herself out the next day.
She's okay now.
She's fine.
It's all right, everybody.
Fine.
Yeah.
I've had 8 hours of sleep.
Yep.
I'm good to go.
I'm just getting a little bit tired. Sometimes I act out a little bit.
And within a few days, she slashed the face of a woman with one of her knives and demanded that she drive her to Queensland to find her former husband, David. The woman managed to escape after...
I feel like once you slash the face, they're not going to do what you want them to do.
Yeah, you've already...
Yeah, like, you're just going to scare them. They're going to run away.
Some pain. Well, she did. I mean, she took her...
Oh, she took her to Queensland?
Well, they get to a gas station.
Oh, okay.
And she gets out. She escapes. So by the time the police arrived, Katherine had taken a little boy hostage and was threatening him with a knife. She was finally disarmed when police attacked her with brooms.
You don't bring a broom to a knife fight.
What are you doing, Australia? What's happening over there?
I mean, they don't have guns, so they have, like, real low, like... police-related deaths every year.
All right, boys.
They're trying to sweep up crime. Yeah. Oh, shut it down. That's it.
She was disarmed by the brooms, admitted to the Morissette Psychiatric Hospital. When police informed David of the incident, he
said brooms? Really? That is hilarious. Because she never cleaned when we were married. That's the irony of that. Well, thanks for letting me know, everybody. Bye.
He didn't do that.
Oh, well, no.
Instead, he left the woman he was with, went back, found Katherine's mom, and him and Katherine's mom moved to where Katherine was to support her.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So,
well, David, you little fucking pussy.
David, what's up, man?
What the fuck, David? How bad was the other wife or the other lady? If he's like, I'm actually gonna leave you and go back with the.
So, you say that though, and now that I think about it, actually, David is just trying not to be. David understands. All right, if I go back, she'll quit hurting others, which will only hurt me. So in a way, this is a very unselfish act by David. Because if he would have stayed with the other woman, she would have just continued the reign of terror.
Oh, yeah.
Of hurting other people.
Cutting people in the face and making them drive her to David. Yeah.
So, but the reunion was never really any better. There were still fits of violent rages over nothing. She continued to assault her husband with fists, kitchen appliances, anything else she could get her hands on. She was finally released into the care of her mother-in-law, and along with David, they moved to a suburb of Brisbane, where she obtained a job at the Dinsmore Meatworks. I guess another butcher shop.
Good.
Mm-hmm. So on March 6th of 1980, they had another daughter. In 84, Katherine decided she was pretty much over David at this point and moved in with her parents. Although she returned to work at the butcher shop, she injured her back the following year and went on disability pension. That is when, at 38 years old, she met David Saunders in 1986. So there we go. We can figure out how old she is real quick.
She was born in 1914.
That's not... You're not good at math.
Man.
So 1986 minus the old 38.
1958.
1948.
1948.
Yeah. So...
Fuck, I'm the dumbest son of a bitch.
So, yeah, she meets a minor, M-I-N-E-R.
So he wasn't underage.
He picked mines.
Okay.
He mined
things.
David Saunders in 1986. A few months later, he moved in with her and her two daughters, although he kept his old apartment elsewhere. She became jealous because he would go and stay with his other apartment. She would want to know where the hell he was, what he was doing. So he moved out quickly, went back to his own place. She begged him to come back.
Relationships are so hard.
She begged him to come back, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that shit." So she decided
You gotta set boundaries.
He set boundaries.
And she respected them? Is this a story about respected boundaries?
I wish.
Oh, no?
Instead
Fuck.
of boundaries, she cut the throat of his 2-month-old dingo puppy in front of him.
Oh.
So he would know.
So she set new boundaries.
She set new boundaries. And basically she was saying, if you ever have an affair on me, this is what's going to happen. And then she knocked him unconscious with a frying pan.
You gotta... She's something else.
She is.
Is she at least hot?
She's a goddamn maniac.
Yeah. But is she hot? Oh?
I don't know.
Oh?
I don't think so. So her threats worked. They continued the relationship, and she got pregnant by him. In June of '88, she gave birth to her third daughter. And David Saunders, with the new baby here, he put a deposit on a house. So they're all one big happy family moving in together. Katherine ended up paying off the house with her workers' compensation through then she decorated the house.
All that meat packing hurt her back.
Yeah, so she's getting workers' comp now. So she decorates the house with animal skins, skulls, horns, rusty animal traps, leather jackets, old boots, machetes, rakes, and pitchforks. A real comfortable living dwelling, you know.
I like the old boots as decoration.
She's like, no new boots.
No.
Things escalated even further after an argument where she hit David in the face with an iron before stabbing him in the stomach with a pair of scissors. She cut up all of his clothing, and David decided at this point it was time to go into hiding. So he disappeared. She would try to find him, but no one would tell her where he was. Several months later, he did come back to see his daughter and found out that Katherine had gone to the police and told them that she was afraid of him. So they put a what is called an apprehended violence order against them, basically a restraining order. So, yeah, so he...
An APV?
An AVO.
Oh.
Apprehended violence order. So he's out of the picture now.
Yep.
So, that leads to 1990, where Katherine becomes pregnant once again, this time by a 43-year-old former butcher shop co-worker, John Chillingworth, and gave birth the following year to a boy they named Eric.
Finally a boy.
Their relationship lasted 3 years before she left him for a man she'd been having an affair with for some time, John Price. So John Price, known by friends as Pricey, was the father of 3 children when Katherine and him began an affair.
That's such a bad nickname.
Pricey?
Pricey.
Yeah.
It's like Eagly on Peacemaker.
Well,
it's like his name's Price.
The best character ever. So
I know, but it's still a dumb name.
it is. I mean, you know.
He makes it work, but that's like me calling you like Joshy.
Yeah, I hate that actually. A lot of people say that and I hate it.
See, that's a really bad nickname.
Yeah.
People call me Jolie. Like that's not. That's
you
just
tongue as well.
No.
Jolie.
I'll roll off your tongue.
Jolie.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Jolie. So the relationship at first, of course, was pretty awesome.
Of course, at first, yeah.
His kids loved her.
No one's hitting each other with frying pans.
He's not doing insane things yet.
Yeah.
He was well aware of her violent reputation.
He ate all the frying pans.
But still allowed her to move into his house in 1995.
Power of the P.
Things quickly soured when they would begin arguing over his refusal to marry her. In retaliation, Katherine videotaped items he had stolen from work and sent the tape to his boss. Although the items were mostly just out-of-date medical kits that he had salvaged from the company trash, not sure why he would want those, he was fired from the job that he had held for 17 years. So the same day that he kicked her out for this, she returned to her own home while news of what she had done spread through the town. A few months later, John restarted the relationship. Although he now refused to allow her to move in with him, the fighting became even more frequent, and most of his friends would no longer have anything to do with him while they remained together. On February 27th, the couple had a violent dispute. John left. He went to stay with a friend. He said that Katherine had threatened him with a butcher's knife, and we all know that's one of her favorites. So police interviewed both Katherine and John, but since there were conflicting stories, the case was left unresolved. Which, yeah, if you go and talk to the person that did the crime, and then you talk to the person that was the victim, their stories are probably going to be different.
Yeah, the one doesn't want to go to jail, so they're going to lie.
There you go. So, I don't know how any cases ever get solved.
Mate?
Are they going to, like, a lot of criminals and be like, now, did you do it?
Did you? Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right, we got another.
God, I wish you would have asked. Ask me anything else.
I got to tell you, that's weird here in Australia. On the morning of February 28th, he went and sought a protection order against her, but that would unfortunately prove to be a little too late. That day, Katherine had left the two younger children with her two younger children with her adult daughter. I'm assuming her first daughter. That would be the adult. That night, John returned home from work. The house was empty. He thought that was a little creepy and didn't really want to be in the house by himself. So he went to a neighbor's house for a while. Eventually, he would come home, take a shower, and go to bed. While he's in bed, Katherine broke in the house, took a shower, and then woke him up to have sex with him. So, he's thinking probably, well, all right.
Yeah.
Might as well do this.
I mean, she's crazy, sure, but also it's sex.
Well, So then, after the sex...
I can sex it out of her.
At some point during the night, she stabbed him with a butcher's knife.
Oh.
He got up and tried to...
How do you stab with the butcher knife, though? Butcher knife is, like, more for, like, cutting. Like, chop, 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 chop.
Oh, so, yeah.
So maybe, yeah.
It's like, no, it's like more of like the Halloween...
Oh, all right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cleaver, I guess, is meat cleaver is what I'm thinking of.
Of.
Okay, yeah.
You're no butcher.
I'm not.
So I've always said that about you.
He's no butcher.
Every time Joel? Yeah, he's no butcher. So, yeah, she stabs him with a butcher.
I know, and I tried to get that job as a butcher that one time, and I put you down as a reference. And I was like, just tell him, don't lie to him,
You didn't tell me until. So they called and they said, Joel Gant, I do.
He's not a butcher.
Good friend of mine, what can I do for you? Like his address, that's how I usually... we just need to know, is Joel a butcher? No.
Joel?
Joel's no butcher, sir, ma'am. Joel is no butcher.
He's no butcher.
No butcher at all. If you happen to be a butcher shop calling for a reference, allow me to tell you, he would be terrible.
Rest assured,
he is no butcher.
He is no butcher.
So, John tries to get away, but he bleeds out and he dies.
Oh.
So, around 6 in the morning on March 1st, a neighbor of John's observes that his car is still in the driveway, which was pretty unusual for that time. And when he didn't arrive for work that morning, his employer sent someone to go see what was wrong. Both the neighbor and the employee had tried knocking on John's bedroom window to wake him up. And they finally, came together trying to find him. And they noticed that there was blood on the front door, so they called the police. So police arrive at 8 a.m.
Did they have their brooms?
Yes, they arrive loaded with their brooms, ready to, as you would say,
sweep up
crime.
Yep.
As they walked through the home to investigate, they were confronted with a pool of blood in the hallway of the house. Blood splatter and smears were found throughout the house. There appeared to be what looked like a human pelt hanging above the doorway. In the lounge room...
That ass?
In the lounge room, they found a headless body. And in the bedroom was a comatose woman. It was Katherine, who had taken numerous amount of pills and had to be dragged out of the residence to be questioned about what happened.
They swept her out with the brooms.
Come on now.
They had push brooms. Just pushed her right out the door.
So the following is an account by... it was in the report, the police report, by Detective Peter Anthony Musio. He was the first one into the home, so this is his account. About 10 a.m., Wednesday, the 1st of March, 2000, in company with Detective Sergeant Neil Raymond, I attended the premises at their home in relation to an alleged homicide. There, I spoke to a number of police, including duty officer, this guy. So, blah, blah, he describes the house pretty fucking detailed for some reason.
There's 17
not
stairs.
Sure why he goes so into. So as he's anyways, he's in the backyard now, or he's in the yard now. My attention was drawn to a piece of cooked meat on the rear lawn in front of the white Ford sedan. I made an examination of this piece of meat and collected it for further testing. He is the meat police, by the way. During my examination, I took a series of photographs of the premises and the piece of cooked meat on the lawn. A lot of interest around this meat. I entered the premises to conduct a cursory examination.
Shit, goddamn hit, shit, horror, fuck, cursory.
I walked in through the rear door into the kitchen. Once inside the kitchen, I saw a large section of what appeared to be human skin hanging from the top of the doorway leading into the lounge room. This piece of skin extended from the top of the doorway right to the floor and appeared to be an entire human's skin.
Wow.
Looking through this doorway into the lounge room, I could see a headless and skinless human body.
And here's the thing, skin doesn't come off easily.
Not easy.
You think, you can just, one little cut? Yeah, you just wear it. No, there's a lot of, cutting and peeling. And
weird, really.
Man, yeah.
You know.
Oh, I know.
You know.
I know. Trust me.
So he could see a headless and skinless human body. There was a large amount of blood smearing over the eastern wall of the entry.
He says, I wonder if that's where the cooked meat came from.
I walked further
Solved it, everybody!
east along the hallway and noticed some blood staining leading from the main bedroom. In this bedroom, I noticed more blood staining, however, only moderate amounts. I found a picture, and it is just fucking blood everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the blood. So he continues to describe everything in fucking detail. Then he gets into...
What a nerd!
The kitchen, and the boiler was on the right side of the oven. It was turned off. He lifts the lid of the boiler.
Uh-huh.
The pot was full of liquid. On the surface, I could identify a skinned human head.
Oh.
And a number of cooked vegetables. On the northern side of
Listen, don't cook me in vegetables, okay? Because that is like an insult to the way I live my life.
That's right.
If someone out there is going to kill me and dismember me and, dehead me, if you're going to take my head off, cook it, fine. But not the goddamn vegetables. I feel like pizza and peanut butter is how, I need to get eaten.
Yeah.
Throw my eyeballs on some toppings on there.
Yeah, that sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah, peel my lips off, have those, because, you can take my fingers and, dip it in the peanut butter and eat my fingers that way.
Yeah.
I know I'm awfully, I'm asking a lot.
I'd rather just eat the peanut butter. I'm not a big fan of human. Inside the baking dish, I saw an amount of liquid and the remains of baked vegetables. Just to the right, I saw 2 prepared meals. Each of the meals consisted of 2 pieces of cooked meat, baked potato, baked pumpkin, zucchini, cabbage, yellow squash, and gravy. Underneath each of the meals was a torn section of kitchen paper with a name written on it. The word Beaky was written in blue ink on one of the pieces, while the word Jonathan was on the other. The pieces of meat appeared on the plates were similar to the piece I collected from the rear lawn. So after, it turns out that after she had murdered John, she hung his body up in the kitchen, skinned him. And then
She's strong.
Yeah, I'm assuming she was a pulley system of some sort, I would
maybe.
guess. Then she decided to cook dinner for the children. So remember, she had sent her kids to stay with her, oldest daughter.
Yeah.
But his kids should have been returning at some point.
Oh.
That's who she lived with. That's who was in the house.
Yeah.
Him and his kids. So she had cooked parts of his body. She set the table with 2 bowls of stew, one for each of his kids. Put, their name of each one right there with it. Had a note for each of them and with their name on it. There was a third meal that was thrown on the back lawn, which is where he found the piece of meat. Speculation is...
That was for Tina.
Who's Tina?
From Napoleon Dynamite, the llama.
Oh.
Tina, eat your dinner!
Yes. The speculation is it was not for Tina, but instead that she had tried to eat it, but couldn't do it, and threw it out.
Uh-huh.
So his head was found in a pot with vegetables. The pot was still warm, indicating that
Pothead?
the cooking had taken
Pothead!
I get it.
Pothead! Because his head was in a pot. Okay.
I get it.
Okay, good.
All right. You think you made your point?
Yeah, I did.
So the handwritten notes on top of the photograph of John, it read, "Time got you back, Jonathan, for..." She wrote rapping. She meant raping. "My doubter," she meant daughter. "You to back..."
I don't know. Maybe he rapped her doubter.
"You to Beck for Ross, for Little John. Now play with Little John's dick, John Price." So I'll read this as she wrote it instead of real quick here.
Okay.
"Time got you back, Jonathan, for rapping my doubter. You to Beck for Ross, for Little John. Now play with Little John's dick, John Price." This lady was a maniac.
Yeah.
What the fuck is she trying to say? Thankfully, the children had never made it back for dinner, because good God would that have been.
Yeah, she probably would have killed him.
Yeah. She was arrested the next day. In her interview with the police, she said she didn't remember the murder. She told police that the last time I recall was, "Well, I don't know about your dates, but I went inside and watched a little bit of TV." About 16 months before the murder, she had told her daughter, quote, "I told him if he took me back this time, it was to the death. And if I kill Pricey, I'll kill myself after it." She had made a similar claim to her brother 5 months before the murder. She said, quote, "I'm going to kill Pricey, and I'm going to get away with it. I'll get away with it because I'll make out that I'm mad." So psychiatrists assessed her, and they didn't believe it, that she was, they deemed her legally fit to stand trial. She pleaded not guilty in her trial, which began in 2001. The very graphic evidence caused a lot of distress to the jurors, resulted in many of them dropping out of the trial altogether. That is some shit. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you don't.
I'm
know
sure they had
shit.
photographs of the body and.
So she then changed her plea to guilty. By the end of the trial, the judge sentenced her to life in prison without parole, which was a first for an Australian woman. In 2000,
congratulations! That's a big milestone.
Record holders, right
there.
Yeah, oldest couple to get life or to get on death row. And now first Australian woman to get life in prison without parole.
Good clap. Yes.
In 2006, she tried to appeal the decision, saying the punishment was harsher.
She said, "Come on,
the punishment's harsher than the crime."
Come on.
Look, I skinned him alive, beheaded him, tried to cook him for his kids. What? That's it? That's all? And now you guys are going to give me life?
Come on.
The judge dismissed the appeal, saying that the murder was inhumane and appalling beyond belief. To this day, she maintains that all she recalls of that night is that they had good sex, they both got off. That's what she remembers.
I got mine.
Then she remembers that John got out of bed to go for a pee, and she watched him come back into the bedroom.
How can she fucking string this guy up? I think she's a crazy lady, but maybe there's something to this.
You think?
How you gonna string up a man, How big was this lady?
But wait though. So what do you think happened then?
I don't know what happened, but just maybe, I don't know.
Like just a random band of murderers broke in.
Sure, one of her exes. That's how crazy she is. Set her up.
Well, she works in a butcher farm or in a butcher shop and was very used to killing animals.
Okay, so you're on her side.
No, I'm not. I guess they said so I'm guessing all you need was a hook from the ceiling and a rope. String them up and pull them.
String me up then. Show me how easy it is.
All right.
Well,
after this, we're gonna kill Joel.
Sweet.
So yeah, she presumes that when he came back to bed that they fell asleep, and that was all she remembers.
Yeah, maybe he did it to himself.
Maybe he
did it to himself to frame her.
It's the ultimate The setup.
Yeah.
Beheading yourself, cooking yourself.
Yep. You'd have to take all the skin off first.
Taking your skin off and then beheading yourself.
Like hang himself up, then he would have to cut his head off and then throw it into the pot.
Well, maybe you can get her case reopened here with this.
Love makes people do crazy things.
Right.
Love hurts.
Credit for this story goes to Nikki Young and her article on Medium.com.
Nikki Young wants none of this credit.
This is her story.
Okay.
She's the host and creator of the Serial Napper podcast, which can be found on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And you can go to serialnapper.podbean.com for more info.
I will.
So, thank you, Nikki Young,
thank
for the story. So absolutely insane human being.
Yeah.
Like you said, it sounds like a damn cartoon character.
Lots of violence.
I have no idea how she how she just wasn't in prison for most of her life anyways. After putting your baby on a train track and then threatening to murder
hitting
people with
two people with frying pans, someone with the iron and stabbing them with scissors.
Holding a little boy hostage with a knife.
Don't forget the little boy.
Yeah. So insane to me that she was allowed to be a free person and had the chance to kill anybody. So, but good job, Australia.
You did it, mate. You did it, mate.
But on a better note, you want to get into a little bit of a feel good?
You got to feel good?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hit the music.
Play the music. Feels good. Feels good.
All right. So this one, this is more of a feel good for us.
All right.
I don't know if anyone else is going to care.
I don't care. I don't care if anyone else cares.
So we're both pretty into like retro games. And then you're definitely more into like the finding, like
the flipping.
Well, like going on searching for things.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather just like somehow like find it online because I don't like to be in public.
Yeah.
But you like going to places and digging through the stuff.
Yep, I do.
So this is like combined.
I'll dig through that ass.
This is awesome for us. Like this would be a very cool thing for us.
All right.
So, back in 1994, a video game store in Nebraska closed its doors for the final time, and it packed its entire stock away, placed everything in storage.
Oh my!
So, 30 years later,
oh my,
that has been unearthed and documented. You can go to a YouTube channel called This Is Game Room. They've got the video. So in the video, the collection is this. I mean, it's the entire stock. So it's this huge collection of factory sealed Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, 3DO, and Sega CD games. Highlights include Castlevania Bloodlines, Brainlord, Breath of Fire 2, Zombie Ate My Neighbors, Sunset Riders, Contra, Hardcore, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
Bet they got Earthbound. I bet they do.
Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy III, Secret of Evermore. Everything's sealed and brand new.
Damn.
IGN states that Turtles in Time alone is worth $1,400 factory sealed. While Final Fantasy III can fetch up to $1,200, Sunset Riders $750, Breath of Fire 2.
I'll give you $75 for all of it.
You give what?
I'll give you $75 for cash for all of it.
Well, it's not mine. I don't have the collection, so I can't. But,
I mean, if you really want to get rid of it.
This is Game Room. If you're listening, Joel will offer you a very kind offer.
$75. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's considered like a holy grail of North American.
So was it like a storage auction then, and someone bought it like that, or did like the people, like the store just went out of business, and they just decided to finally like look in there? And
it doesn't say. I mean, I'm assuming it got passed from owner to owner.
Yeah,
and then I'm assuming it was an auction. But yeah, you can go to. Like I said, This Is Game Room is the channel.
All right, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check it out.
And they got it's video game store closes 1994. Inventory found 27 years later. Factory sealed.
I used to love going to video game stores.
Like you can kind of see the picture of the video here.
Oh yeah.
And then.
Oh, that's sexy. Man, the Super Nintendo boxes were so weird. Like a lot of Nintendo, like after really, Nintendo wasn't really much for cases. Like Sega had the cool cases.
Like the lock.
But like Nintendo, I mean, I guess now you have the Switch cases, but then you open up and like you couldn't even believe how small a Switch game was.
Yeah, I don't even understand the point of making a physical game.
It's like the size of an SD card. That's cool though. I'm about to watch that.
But yeah, I mean, I can't. That would be the coolest fucking thing ever to somehow stumble on just a whole video game store sale inventory. That's the dream.
Take me back in time.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna have to watch it too because I'm interested to see how they found it, how they got their hands on it.
Maybe we can report back next week. We'll watch about it. We'll actually have information about it.
On the edge of their seats waiting.
It's like you rollerbladed by the story really fast and like holy cow, like
yeah, it kind of was. Yeah. That's really the only thing I can find about it.
But you piqued my interest.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we do.
I'm all
here.
peaked up over here.
Yep. So, all right, we hope everybody enjoyed listening to the story of Katherine Knight. Absolutely insane lady.
They listen, enjoy, or don't enjoy. Whatever.
You don't really care.
I don't care.
You don't care. All right, well, one of us cares.
And I don't give a fuck!
But yeah, we'll be back soon with a new story for you guys. Do all the things on social media. Yeah, you got anything before we go?
Well, you know I don't have anything.
Stop, maybe you thought of something.
I know. I'm done. I don't have anything.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Maybe next time.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
bye.
Spoiler alert. Bye.